Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to my session. Today's session is so important. Why? The reason being is that I'm going to discuss with you direct and indirect speech. This is also known as narration. So, what will happen when you come across such sentences? There are few things that you always need to keep in your mind. There are basic rules that you should always be ready with, and then only you will be able to apply such things. If you want to have an exercise on narration, or we call it direct indirect speech. So, this is a session which is a kind of introduction on direct indirect because this session requires more time. This topic is too lengthy, but still I will try to cover a few of the important things here in this session because I have titled this session Direct Indirect or Narration Introduction. So this is an introductory stage for narration I can say that introductory stage for direct indirect. Let us start. So my dear friends, first of all you will be having three persons. First person, second person and third person. First person is having a subject. We also call it S. Second person is actually known as object. This is subject and this is object and this is no change. So you can memorize this formula by saying that SON, sun formula. Subject, object, no change. In subject, in object and in no change. What are the words that you are supposed to have here? In subject, you will be having I, my, me, we, our, us. In case of object, you are having two subjects here, you and your. So other than these 6 plus 2, 8, that means other things will fall into this no change. For example, he, him, his, she, her, they, them, their, any name, etc. Whatever you receive after 6 plus 2, after other than these 8, everything will fall into n category, that means no change. For example, if I write a sentence, the sentence is I I said to him, I said to him, you are not doing your job properly. I said to him, you are not doing your job properly. I said to him, so said to will convert into, we shall convert it into told. I told him that. And you is the second person. So first person is me. For example, I said to him, I is the first person. I'm the speaker. The person who is listening to me is the second person, and the person we're talking about is the third person. So that means if I told him that what I said so I will go into the first person. If I say that you are not doing well, so that means you will fall into second person, and second person is a male, so I will say that he was. Am I right? So it will automatically become he. Now, why did I convert is into was, or I will discuss with you other rules also. So, my dear friends, first of all, you must be ready with SON sun formula, subject, object, and no change. After that, you should know basic rules. Please make a list of such rules. If you get first form in the question, first form is to be changed into second form. If you get second form in the question, then this is to be converted into had plus third form. Okay, so if you get either has or have, in your answer you will be having only had. If you get will or shall, you will be using only would. If I'm not talking about a verb here, that means verb will remain the same in other cases also. If you convert will or shall into would, so whatever the verb was given in that sentence will remain with would also in the answer. Okay, so one more thing that you need to understand here is MR. Is MR has to be converted into was or verb, and was were are to be converted into had been. So please understand these basic rules. These are applicable only in a situation where you get a second form at the beginning. For example, he said to me. If he says to me, it's the first one, then these rules are not applicable. Few more things that you should learn here. For example, say. Say will remain say. If you get says will also remain says. If you get say to, then say to will become tell. If you get says to, automatically you will receive tells. If you get said, then said will remain said. If you get said, then you need to convert it into said to into told. In case of said, you can also write told, it is absolutely fine. But still, I prefer to use said into said only, and said to will be converted into told. So, these are the few things. You will also find few other words that you need to memorize. For example, today. Today is to be converted into that day. If you find tonight, that night, that's it. Tomorrow, the next day, you can also say the following day, the, the following day, day after, the day after, that is tomorrow. If I say that yesterday, the previous day, the day before, the previous day or the day before. If you get now, then now is to be converted into then. Ago, before. If you get this will become that. These will become those. So these are the few things that should always be kept, that have to be kept in your mind always as and when you start solving an exercise on direct and indirect speech. Few more things that you should learn. I'm giving you example here. Please understand that. For example, he said to me, I'm not doing well today. Said to will become told. He told me that, commas are to be converted into that. Now I was into the first person. I subject, first category. I, my, me, we, ours. So here the first person is he. The person who is saying. The person who is listening is me. So automatically I is to be converted into first person. So what I will say, he told me that he. Is Amara to be converted into was. But because this is a negative sentence, so I will also be writing either was not or were not. He was not. He was not doing well today will become that day. Okay, so my dear friends, the question was, she said to me or he said to me, I'm not doing well. Answer is, he told me that he was not doing well that day. I hope you understood how I converted I into he, because it falls into subject one, that means first person, and the first person here is the speaker, second person here is the listener. So I, my, me, we, our, us will fall into category one. That's all from my side. In introduction session, I just wanted to give a brief idea about the basic rules in narration so that you understand what narration is all about. Thank you so much for watching this video. We shall meet soon in upcoming sessions. Thanks a lot.